Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Shamirio. Thank you for stopping by my channel. We are here today to talk and recap episode 7 of And Just Like That, the Sex and the City reboot. This episode is titled Sex and the Widow. And if you want to hear my recap, my thoughts and all that, then keep watching. Thank you. Carrie is back in front of her window at her computer and she's typing. It's very much giving the show when she would be in front of her window on her computer writing her column, only this time she is writing a book. There is a clear indication of seasons changing and basically showing you that a lot of time has passed and she's putting a lot of time into this book. And yeah, that's what she's doing. She takes it to her editor. Her editor loves it. It's about Carrie's quest for love, finding love, getting the love, and then losing the love. So her editor wants her to go on a date because she says that she needs to give her readers a glimmer of hope, because she's like, this is too dark. You know, you got to give people something to look forward to. Let's see. Charlotte and Lisa, aka LTW, aka Nicole Ari Parker, they play tennis, and right before they start the game, they discuss that Carrie has confirmed her attendance at, they're having an auction for the school where their kids go. Carrie has agreed to be auctioned off. So they talk about that, then they play tennis. Miranda runs into Naya, her professor, at the farmer's market. She meets Naya's husband. What's his name? Andre Rashad? I know Rashad was the last name. So she runs into Naya at the farmer's market. She meets her husband, and I just love the black love, and I love how into her he seems. Like, they're kissing all the time and stuff. I just think it's cute and just very necessary. I love it. I love it. So anyway, she meets her husband, Naya's husband, and Naya meets Steve. He's lost at the farmer's market, child. It's a mess, but he figures out what he's doing. And yeah, they have the introductions of the husband. As we all know, Naya has been on a quest to have a kid, and she tells Miranda that despite her efforts to get pregnant, she's actually not She's actually not pregnant, but she has yet to tell her husband. And of course, the husband finds out eventually through a text message that Miranda sends Naya. She has the phone connected to the Bluetooth in the car, and it reads it aloud. So he finds out eventually, but he's like, why did you tell your student before you told me? Poor Naya. I hope she gets her kid. All right. What happens? Okay, so remember how I told you Carrie's editor wanted her to go on a date? She agrees to go on a date. Charlotte tells her that she wants to set her up with some of the divorced dads at her school. They're at lunch having this conversation. Here's where I get confused. The guy that she ends up going on a date with, she meets him on an app because Seema's like, I list houses and I listed you on this dating app. So what I'm confused about is the guy that Carrie ends up going on a date with, was he one of the dads at Charlotte's school? Or was he was on the app because that's how she found him, but I guess he also happened to be a dad at Charlotte's kid's school. I don't know, that part kind of confused me. But anyway, yeah, Seema put her on the site. She's swiping, and she connects with the guy that, again, I think goes to Charlotte's kid's school. I think he's a teacher or something. Whatever. Maybe he's not one of the dad. He's one of the teacher, and I missed it. I don't know. Whatever. We'll get to that. So Miranda and Carrie are on a one-on-one walk. Okay, so yeah, they're just taking a stroll after the dinner. And Carrie said that she didn't see sex in her future. And, you know, because she just lost her husband, so she doesn't see herself, even though she's dating, she doesn't see herself having sex in the future. And Miranda's like, me neither, because me and Steve aren't having sex. I feel like on one of the earlier episodes, she said that it had been years. So she says that she's not having sex either. And despite her attempt to get Che around for round 2, Che has not DM'd Miranda back. And apparently Che has also not asked about her because Miranda wanted to know, like, you know, this is your boss. Have they mentioned me? And Carrie was like, no. Okay. I already told you how Carrie ended up swiping yes on one of the dating app guys. So that happened. So despite not having a successful sex life, Steve tries to revive it. Miranda tries to revive it with Steve. She's basically trying to get a replay of her indiscretion with Che, but with Steve. When he washed his hands, I appreciated it. I was like, but it was also kind of a mood killer. But anyway, so he washed his hands, but then after their unsuccessful attempt, he started touching the containers of food. I was like, But anyway, the spark ain't sparking. She tried. Their sex life is DOA. So apparently the only person that can do it for her is Che. Carrie goes on her app date, and we learn that this is her date's first date since his wife died. Obviously, it's her first date since her husband died, so they have that in common. She's like, we're gonna need some drinks. Guy gets drunk and throws up on her shoes. That I had to turn away. I can't watch stuff like that. It's too gross. The guy gets drunk and throws up on her shoes. So needless to say, that's how that was the end of that date. All right, now we fast forward to the night of the auction. It's Carrie's turn to be on the auction block, and it's a very uncomfortable situation. No one's bidding on her. They keep calling her a sex writer. It was cringy. It was very, very cringy. She realizes that I'm going to call him either app date or puke date, but either way, she realizes that guy is there, which is, again, where I was confused from earlier, because I'm like, why would he be there? But I want to say she did say he was a teacher. Whatever. Maybe I'm just being slow. He was there. He bid on her. So she's obligated, technically, to go on another date with him. And she does. She agrees to go on a second date. Che is performing at the auction, and she and Miranda end up connecting, and we find out that it's been 3 months since Miranda sent Che that DM and never heard back. And she's like, what's up? And Che is like, I get a lot of DMs. You should have just sent another one and stated that's what you want. And they go, yeah, I want to go somewhere with you and do what grown folks do. So, of course, Miranda's like, all right. So they go sneak away together. And Miranda tells Che that she's in love. And I was like, okay, girl. So Miranda's in love with Che. Carrie's dating. Charlotte's playing tennis. Naya, unfortunately, still isn't pregnant. And that's episode 7 of Sex and the Widow. The new episode is ready today. It is Thursday, right? Yeah, the new episode is ready today, so I'm going to watch that today and take notes after I recap episode 8. But that's where we are right now on episode 7. What are your thoughts on the show? I can't talk. What are your thoughts on the show thus far? Let's get some commentary going, some banter, if you will. But that's my recap for now. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in my next recap or video, whatever. See you later. Bye.